guys, welcome back to releasethecraftin and welcome back to another hashtag Twinchie Tuesday. This is Twinchie Tuesday, hosted by Sassy Southern NC girl. I believe her name is Jenn. Hi Jenn, thank you for hosting this challenge. And into the business. Yesterday, if you watched my FDC 4 video, you'll know that I decided to start an extremely heavy topic about halfway through my 5-minute video. So I am continuing that today. I wasn't going to leave you guys hanging, although I did really genuinely consider how this conversation would benefit from input that I could read between like all the videos, and I kind of wish I had planned this conversation out over a long period of time and wasn't just sort of shotgunning it through a couple of videos over a course of several days. But hopefully the discourse that it brings up will be very interesting, and I'll be able to respond to that in a meaningful capacity. So before I talk about all the other things other than the thing I want to talk about, what I was going to say or what I was trying to sort of generally get to is just the way that like we're interacting here in this space that provides you a veil of anonymity, not like absolute anonymity, but like a reasonable words are really hard. A reasonable amount of anonymity leads to people leaving comments, right? And I, for one, appreciate any and all comment, even when they're shitty. Like I absolutely do. Because thank you for the engagement, like all of it helps, whether it's positive or negative. It does help my channel, so I always appreciate it. Plus, I am a troll. You guys know I have a little goblin soul, so I get like a little bit of delight, a little bit of glee when I get a bad comment, because then I get to respond, and I have no fear of my response because, and surprisingly, the Priscilla that you are getting in videos is the Priscilla you get in real life. This is not like a persona that I've carefully crafted for the YouTube space. I'm just myself here, so I have like no fear of the backlash, because at the end of the day I get to be like, well, I was authentically being myself by being a little troll in my responses to comments. And as you guys know, or maybe you don't know if you haven't been here that long, when I get a nasty comment, I pin it to the top of the comments so that everybody can see exactly how I replied to it. One, because I feel like when you're a bully, getting called out is always kind of a helpful way to quash bullying. But then I also feel like there's an interesting discourse that can happen where sometimes people just don't understand a thing, so they say something that is like extremely ignorant because they didn't do their own research to learn about a thing or understand it. So when they get called out about it, it then sort of forces them to sort of engage with that content a little bit more so that they can learn. Do I think that like it changes their behavior? No, I don't think so. But I do think it provides some insight, one, into whatever complaint they were making being invalidated, but two, also just that like you can't just say things to people and then expect nothing to happen to you as a result. And I don't assume that like every person I reply to goes back and reads my response, but in the case that they do, they can see it and they can realize that like when you have the freedom to say anything you want, you have to sort of anticipate that the people you're saying it to also have the freedom to say anything they want back. And as much as you expected that other person to put up with it, you also have to put up with it once you've read it, So there's that. So I do enjoy, I actually really relish getting an ugly comment for the sole purpose of being like, when I write my replies to them. And then I like to be like, look, see what a jerk you were? I put you at the top of the list so everyone can see what a jerk you were. And that's a little bit how I engage with people in real life. Am I like the type of person to be like Johnny on the spot, immediately got a clap back? Not always, not necessarily. I am a very neurodivergent person, so a lot of the times there's a delay because I'm processing the situation and trying to determine like if my initial like emotional response is actually the accurate response or if I'm misunderstanding a social situation. But in certain cases, I have been really motivated to say something immediately. So, like it just depends on the situation and how I'm interpreting what's happening. But, if all signs are go in my brain, I absolutely do open my mouth and just say whatever like goblin garbage comes out. I don't have much of a filter. So yeah, as you guys can tell, if you're on this channel, you can definitely tell that. But there's like another type of comment that comes up fairly often that I think is really interesting. So I'm going to talk about it tomorrow in my next video. And I apologize again because I already shrunk these videos down to make them faster and then decided I was going to have this really interesting conversation when I had nothing else to talk about. So you'll have to forgive me for that. So I will just close this up because we have like a couple seconds left by telling you guys what I did here. So I have this like what do you call them? A fabric ruffle that April sent me ages and ages ago. I found it in my stash. So I put it together with some nautical stickers and made a little nautical Twinchie set. And I think that they're really cute and cool, but now I don't know what to do with them, but they're going to go sit in my Twinchie book. And that's going to be it for me, guys. I appreciate your faces. Come back tomorrow and we'll continue the conversation. And until next time, happy crafting, guys. Goodbye.